And bonjour. We're going to review the top FDA approvals in hematology oncology of 2024, as well as the top trials overall. My name is Bruno LARVOL. I'm the CEO of LARVOL. We are a company focusing on cancer data and AI. And this is our weekly podcast. We call it Build in Public because we're describing what we do, what we plan to do, and sometimes even the challenges we're facing. We are very transparent in building this business. With me today, Shweta Agrawal, who's one of our senior people, build many of the products and features and head of operations here at LARVOL. Shweta, welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Bruno. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here.
Before we start, I want to express my thoughts and my worry for everything happening in Southern California with the fires. So it reminds us how sort of vulnerable we are to many aspects, and we spend our life obsessing about little things. In our case, cancer data and how to maintain, build, curate, make cancer data useful. And then we tend to forget that there are many other things in life that are impacting people's life. Obviously, we like to think that through working on cancer data, we help ultimately people with cancer as well, helping develop new drugs for these terrible diseases. I wanted to acknowledge that before passing the microphone to Shweta, who is going to describe these analytics for us. And maybe actually, just before you go through the analytics, Shweta, you can give a couple of minutes on LARVOL CLIN, the platform that we're talking about and what it is.
Sure, Bruno.
And by the way,
So,
this is bring your mom to work today. So you might see in the background my mom visiting from France here is in the background. Bring your mom to work.
yeah. Okay. So, LARVOL CLIN, our strategic product, is a one-stop for all the cancer data, uh, retrospective, prospective. We compile from all data sources, that is conferences, journals, publications, press releases. We extract the data, hazard ratios, KM plots, milestones. You will see all of them very nicely pictured and presented on a product. Do visit this website as soon as you have time and send us your recommendations and comments on it. We will be happy to address them as appropriate. So for today's podcast, we will focus on heme oncology area, starting with FDA approvals that came in 2024. As such, several FDA approvals were done in heme oncology area, of which LARVOL has listed 10 of them as most impactful. Now, this list, which you see here, is based on sentiments received from oncologists on X. As per this list, approval which received reactions, more than 10 reactions, made into our top 10 list. Let's start one by one. The first one is revumenib, which is a menin inhibitor from Syndax Pharmaceuticals. It was approved in November 2024 for treating acute leukemia with KM2A translocation. It is first approval for any kind of menin inhibitors. As you can see here, no negative, no red comments, all green positive comments. DOS considered, or digital opinion leaders considered it as a wonderful advancement for patients in this disease area. Next is Carvykti, which is co-developed by Janssen and Legend Biotech. It was approved in April 2024. Approval was based on CARTITUDE-4 trial. in second-line multiple myeloma patients. Carvykti is a BCMA-targeted CAR T cell therapy. As you can see here, many oncologists were positive and gave positive comments, but there were few oncologists worried and gave negative comments. One of the comment from Dr. Gulam, he posted that he was a bit concerned with the high risk profile of this drug, though it comes with the benefit of treatment, but there are high chances of risk associated with this drug. Next is Scemblix. This drug received accelerated approval in October 2024 for adult patients with newly diagnosed Philadelphia chromosome positive chronic myeloid leukemia. This is a first-in-class STAMP inhibitor targeting ABL myristoyl pocket. Here also we see major population of oncologists have positive comments, but quite a few negative comments also. One of the oncologists, Dr. Nihar, mentioned that data is not compelling enough to justify the cost. So oncologists were worried about the high cost of the drug. Another oncologist, Dr. Santosh Ambika, he mentioned the cost, he mentioned that the cost benefit not there. He has found Scemblix to be the best tolerated agent for this patient population, but again, the cost concerns remains. Next approval is for Darzalex, which is a subcutaneous formulation of daratumumab. It's a monoclonal antibody that targets CD38 protein on the surface of multiple myeloma cells. The approval is based on Perseus trial in newly diagnosed multiple myeloma patients. This drug is from J&J. Here also, many oncologists had the negative comments. These negative comments are coming mostly because of the toxicity profile and also because the oncologists were concerned about the insurance, whether the patients ordering this drug or this regimen will get the insurance or not. Next approval is about Rytelo drug, which is a telomerase inhibitor from Geron Pharmaceuticals. This FDA approval is for patients with a low risk MDS. It is based on results from eMERGE trial, which is a phase 3 clinical trial. Major oncologists were positive and had positive sentiments. Few oncologists had the negative comments. Few oncologists had the negative comments based on the grade 3-4 neutropenia related side effects.
Let me try to understand. You talk about Rytelo or the next one?
Okay, sorry. I am talking about Rytelo.
But I don't see any red for that one.
Yeah. So this drug, this negative comment related to side effects is not for this approval, but it came when the data was released.
I see. But at the time of approval, it's remarkably green.
Yes.
It's actually unusual. The last two approval are the same, but otherwise there's always a bit of red. Some people are going to complain about some aspects, expressing concern about either the cost, the the toxicity or the approval itself. And remarkably, this one is so positive. It's interesting.
Yes, correct. Next drug is Abicma from BMS and 270 Bio collaboration. It is approved for relapsed refractory multiple myeloma after 2 lines of prior therapy. This approval is based on Karma 3 trial. This drug is a CAR T cell therapy and recognizes and binds to BCMA. So basically, this drug or this approval also had all positive comments only. Only one negative comment was there, but I think that was more false positive. So basically, this approval also had all positive comments. Next drug or next approval is the Ocatil from Autolus Limited. This approval is based on Felix trial. It was approved in November 2024 for adults with relapsed refractory B cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia. This is a CD19 CAR T cell therapy. This also had all positive comments, hardly any negative comments from the oncologist. Next drug is Epkinly, which this drug is from Genmab and AbbVie collaboration. It is the first and only bispecific antibody approved in US to treat the follicular lymphoma. It received accelerated approval in, I think, June 2024 for adults with relapsed or refractory follicular lymphoma after 2 or more lines of therapy. This is a bispecific antibody targeting CD3 and CD20. While most of the comments were positive, only one comment was negative. Mostly, this negative comment came from Dr. Vinay Prasad. He was concerned that the trial is, or the data is from an uncontrolled trial. There is a need for randomized controlled trial in this patient population. Next is for Breyanzi, which is for the trial is Transcend CLL004. So this drug is a CD19 CAR T cell therapy. The approval is for patients with a relapsed refractory chronic lymphocytic leukemia or small lymphocytic lymphoma. According to oncologists, they were all excited and they mentioned it as a big news for CAR T cell therapy. Last is about Iclusig ponatinib in adult patients with newly diagnosed Philadelphia positive acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Iclusig is a kinase inhibitor from Takeda. All positive comments, no negative comments again for this trial or this approval. We can jump on to next slide, that is on top trials.
Yes, as we move to the next slide, this slide, which we'll only be able to describe broadly because we only have a couple of minutes left, I want to reflect on the fact that now half of all approvals in 2024 were for cancer drugs. It's quite remarkable. Half of, I guess, medicine, certainly half of clinical research medicine is in cancer. And it shows both the amount of need and the amount of investment and the difficulties, but also the success, because people are willing to spend so much money in clinical research in cancer. And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right. So now these are the top trials.
Correct. Yeah. And just one point in the last slide, like out of 10 approvals, 4 were CAR T cell therapy. So we can see how the new therapies are coming and FDA is approving them. Okay,
Okay.
so we will now jump to the top trials. We will cover the most discussed trial in 2024. That was the Dream 7 trial. Uh, in, in respect of time, we can just cover one trial. So this trial has received significant attention in 2024 within the oncologist. It's a phase 3 trial from GSK in relapsed refractory multiple myeloma for the drug Blenrep, which is an ADC drug. This trial was most discussed because of the several milestones that is achieved in this drug achieved in 2024. Data was released during ASCO, data was released during ASH, and several regulatory filings were also made in US also and outside US also. And recently GSK announced that FDA has accepted its BLA also for this drug, which is in combination with bortezomib and Dexa for Dream 7 trial, and then Dream 8 trial, which is in combination with pomalidomide and Dexa. FDA has assigned the PDUFA date also as July 2025.
We are at the end of today's podcast. We hope you join us again next week to continue to discuss LARVOL CLIN and how we're building in public what we like to call the Wikipedia of cancer data, especially, of course, clinical trial derived cancer data, and building AI on top of that. Please follow us and ask us for a demo. We'd love to present and describe our product to you one on one. Goodbye. Au revoir.
Thank you. Thank you.